Hello everyone, GeneralApple here with another Ghostpia video, and yesterday we have started our journey in this visual novel, which turned out to be pretty great because I actually like the settings. We only just scratched the surface, but as far as I understand, we are in a ghost town and we are ghosts, so I actually don't know more than that. We met a few friends, but that's pretty much it, so I cannot wait to actually continue from the last save, which was here. So let's resume and just keep going from where we were. Let's see. About 60 out of 100. If I were to rate today, that's about how high I'd rate it. That said, I give my rating the moment I crawl into bed, so my opinion may be a little skewed. Huh. I yawn. I sit up and take a sip of water from the plastic bottle at my bedside. A bottle I'd just picked up earlier. The cold sensation passes down my throat. I let out another sigh. I'm too tired to even feel tired. I'm so tired of thinking. I don't even want to think about being tired of thinking. That's how pathetic I feel. We were able to pick up all sorts of party goods, load them into a bike trailer we found lying there, and carry them off to Pacifica Place. Pacifica wanted to take home a small, stylish sofa, but got into a little argument when Anya said it was out of the question. I wanted to reflect on what happened today, but the moment I lied down on my bed, I thought, nope, not happening. I try stretching, but to no avail. It only makes it worse, if anything. The intense sleepiness quickly crushes my consciousness. So quickly. I don't even have time to think about what crushing consciousness means. Good night. Oh wow. Another dream. The following is Sayako attempt of recalling her memories. Oh, that's the noise. Whoa. Okay, I guess let's go. It's just the noise, it banging my eardrums, holy. The redheaded girl steps on the gas. The car starts. Oh, it's what happened to the car. An angry man in priest robes glare at the car from behind. I'm... I think it said, yeah, I'm kinda getting excited. Me too. The girl with the blonde hair and the girl nuzzle their faces against each other. Oh, what, dude? Oh my god, my ears. They're very close with each other. In any form, look, the town's... Okay. I know what that means. Oh my god, another memory. In the middle of the snow desert, 3 girls. Sayako, behind you. Why would you... Gunshot. Am I next? Sorry, but you gotta... quick or... Gunshot. Yet another memory, an awfully vague one. The black-haired girl arrived in the middle of the plaza, dragging 2 corpses behind her. What? Let's pause and try to see. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god, that was scary. That paused the entire game. Oh my god, I totally did not expect the game to go this way. Oh my. Okay, this is getting interesting. I can kinda see what's going on. The black-haired girl arrives in the middle of the plaza, dragging 2 corpses behind her. The corpses of the blonde girl and the redheaded girl. Someone help, please help them. A crowd gathers in the blink of an eye. Brawny men surround the black-haired girl. The red-haired girl and the blonde girl arrive on the scene, perhaps having revived at the garbage dump. The crowd makes way. The red-haired girl vomits. The blonde girl pats her on the back and breaks down crying. The corpse wither away without a sound. They mummify in fast forward, leaving nothing but bone. The men lunge at the black-haired girl. Whoa. End of memory. The plaza is covered in the blood of ghosts. That's apparently what happens to ghosts when they die. Their fleeting corpses quickly begin to wither away. They grow cold from the head down. The hell? I can't believe the beast-like roar coming out of my own mouth. Even if I try to keep it in check, the rough breathing keeps spilling out. It irritates me. In retaliation, I trample on one of the broken neck corpses at my feet. The barely intact neck makes a nice squishing sound when I stomp through it onto the ground. Whoa. I look up to see Pacifica and Anya staring blankly at me. Their eyes are empty, as if they're not even looking at anything. My mind is completely blank, but I do know that I've lost everything. I try to escape. I turn my back to them and try to run away. And right behind me stands an unfamiliar girl. Oh, we've seen her. You must be lonely. Lonely. That's what the girl said. That's the word I want to say more than anyone else. I feel as if I cried. Maybe I really did cry this time. But before I can check, the dream ends. Oh, dude, what's going on? That was wild. Oh, wow. What an opening. Holy. I guess maybe it was the end of the chapter. Just kind of paused at the wrong moment. Jesus, that was insane. Okay, that got me excited. I actually don't know what to think. I really want to know the rest of the story. I really hope we discover everything. Oh, the music is great. Yeah, I really hope we discover everything. It seems like a great story, but it says season 1, so maybe there'll be a sequel. I don't really know if the game starts and ends in the same visual novel. I really hope it does. Because I don't want to be, bothered with waiting for another game. So I hope the story does conclude in this one. What was that? There's a new townsperson in town. End. Oh, that was literally episode 1. Ah, man, if I knew that, I would have done it in the video. In the same video. Ah, but I didn't know that. I thought this was, like, coherent, like Fata Morgana. Okay, that's fine. So, it's episodic. Now I know that, so I'm going to complete episode 2. Episode 2. The day of the nameless anonymous birthday party. Yes. Let's go. Oh man, I wish I knew that before I started. I would have made the last video, like, one take. It's like a dream. That's supposed to mean something good, right? As in, I never expected a present like this. It's like a dream. In any case, I'm currently in a room even fancier than Pacifica Place. The fireplace is so warm, and it's a different sort of warmth compared to electric heating. I'm eating ham. We all are, actually. There's a ham as big as my head on the table, and we're eating it with gusto for some reason. The world is a silent save for the clattering of tableware, the chewing of ham, and the occasional crackling of firewood. It's almost as if everything outside this room has been annihilated and the world exists only for us to eat ham. And when I say us, I mean me. An unfamiliar girl, and a crying nun with a bloody nose. She's the one eating the most. The situation is very much like a dream. The softness of the high-pile rug seems to numb my senses. It's like a dream. I ponder the thought again. The situation we're in is indeed like a dream. But is that a good thing? It certainly doesn't feel like a good thing. At least, that's what I think to myself as I prod the nun temple with my pistol. What? Wait, what? Okay. That was something. I did not expect that. Oh! She just fighting people? What was that? That's the priest, I think. I'm starting to understand a bit more from this opening now. It's... might just be the same as the last one? A few key differences, maybe? Huh. Okay, I'll try to take note of that. I remembered something. Just that it happened. I didn't remember how I felt about it or anything. It was if I were simply watching a slideshow in an empty audiovisual room, completely disinterested. Huh, did it happen for real? As soon as I start to question it, my body feels like it's floating, my limbs clench for something to grab onto, and then I find myself on my bed. I had woken up. Was that a dream? That was strange. I space out for a while, and then I remember what I have to do and get out of bed. I gotta go to Pacifica Place. Pacifica wanted to throw a welcome party for the new ghost in town, which I thought was an interesting idea. Pacifica also wanted to patch things up between me, her, and Anya. My outfit is simple, it doesn't take me long to get ready. I just need to put on my coat, and I'm good to go. That's one lackadaisical amnesiac ghost ready to go. But when I grab on the doorknob, it feels much chillier than usual. I hope I can start filling the void inside me, at least a little. Hopefully, I'm not so empty that the wind blows me away. I head outside. It's been a long time since I've gone outside during peak ghost hours instead of leaving close to dawn. In fact, it's been so long, I've forgotten when the last time was, which means it might as well be my first time. As expected, the ghosts are taking their distance from me, so I walk as quietly as I can, even trying to stifle the sound of my steps on the snow. I try my best to smile and be the friendliest ghost I can be. I'm trying to interact with other ghosts more, so I need to get used to it, and I need them to get used to me. I don't know if I can, but I have to try. I still hate it when people look at me though. Even if they don't say anything, it makes my skin tingle, as if gazes have mass. In fact, gazes are kinda like ghosts. Not exactly sure to elaborate on that thought, but they just are. Well, in any case, it looks like it'll take quite a bit of time for me to get used to walking around in public. It's so weird. Why are the ghost people, like the ghost people in the town, filled with ghosts, is looking at her and are creeped out by her? What's purpose? What did she do? What did she do? Was she involved in a killing? Like, what is that? And what even the killings were all about? I mean, that is so many questions. So many questions. I really hope all of them get answered. Once I take a turn off Main Street and get to a somewhat quiet residential area, I instantly feel relieved. It's much easier for me to walk when there aren't many people around. Pacifica House is at the end of this long street, almost there. The path to Pacifica House requires passing through Main Street. It's always a little tough getting here. I wish Anya could have picked me up. She can drive. But ever since that incident, which we still don't know nothing about, I think it's best not to get her in a car. That said, if she still had that car and gave me a ride, that'd be nice. I know it's an unreasonable hope, but I'm free to imagine. If I can imagine things like that, then I guess I'm relatively calm. I'm suddenly caught off guard when someone calls out to me. I nearly jumped out of my skin, and then that's when I realized how careless I had been. Oh my god, you got the time, little missy? A scraggly voice calls out to me like the sound of someone prying open the rusty trunk of a total card. It's so grating and abrupt, it makes me shiver a bit. It's the old man. Yes, old man, I do have time. Can't we see him? I give him a weird answer without thinking. How embarrassing is because he caught me off guard. I mean, what time it is? I suppose I misplaced my their wristwatch? Oh, there he is. The owner of the voice is sitting on a walkway, leaning on the side of a building with his legs out. If I had to describe the old man in one word, that'd be dirty. He's literally sitting on dirt, so he looks even dirtier. It's hard to fathom in a town like in a town like this, but he appears to be homeless. Huh. If he doesn't have a home, he probably doesn't have a bathtub either. That said, I've got both a home and a bathtub, and I rarely bathe, so I guess I'm not the one to talk. So, do I look this disgusting to other people? Oof. How do I explain this? This town doesn't do clocks. The very concept of the passage of time doesn't exist here, so we don't have calendars or clocks. We just have a psychological sense of what time it is, I guess. I never really thought about it. Maybe it's just me being stupid and everyone else does indeed have clocks and schedules to keep up with. I feel kinda lonely when I think about it like that. Could have sworn I had it, but it's gone now. What a bummer. It was always accurate and reliable. Told me when it was wake-in time, lunchtime, and that time. Of course, that time. The old man accent is so thick, it's a little hard for me to understand. When he stops talking, it gets real quiet. I can hear the bustling of Main Street in the distance. It's like the roar of waves. My ear starts to ring. Honestly, I don't feel like talking for long. I could just run away from it all. But I want to be a good and proper ghost. So I decide to answer him honestly. I don't have a watch, so ask someone else, please, okay? Bye. I start walking before I finish talking. Hold it right there. Ah! I freeze at the sudden yell. My wife said she'd be back by 3 o'clock. Whoa, that's what she said? So I wait, but she ain't come. So at 3. I go look for her, but she ain't nowhere to be found. Won't my wife be back soon? The kid came back, so I think. Something holding your back, right? That priest. Guy was all like annoyed and such, so really. So now I know, like I always ever knew, some Musa stole their wristwatch. Oh, some of them. I'm scared, and I've got a feeling that things are only gonna get worse. My wife just said, you're the culprit. Whoa. He's clearly not in his right mind, but I think we're somewhat alike in a way. No, it wasn't me. We both lost something, but I'm not sure what. It's a cruel irony to wander around looking for something when you don't even know what it is you're looking for. It's incredibly frightening to think that he and I look alike to those around us. Lawyer, wouldn't let me. Why I oughta learn you a lesson. As I give him a look of pity, I imagine the very same being pointed at me by Pacifica or Anya. Just thinking about it is so... I lose my footing. It's been ages since I last felt an earthquake. Obviously, it's all in my head. This town never had an earthquake. For some reason, seriously, why, the elderly man strips off his clothes and lunges at me. I barely dodge, but if I didn't react in time, I shudder at the thought. I gotta run. I slip past the elderly man and head to Main Street. It's not a place I'd like to go, but it's much better than sticking around here. I'm seriously starting to worry that I've been sealed away in a world with just me and the elderly man. I can hear rough breathing approaching from behind. I'm so dizzy, I can't get a proper footing. The narrow path seems like infinite corridor. This town only has 10,024 people, so it's not surprised that the population density is low. I'm not sure why that thought passed through my head. Guess my brain just wants to escape from reality. By the time I leap out into the bustling Main Street, I'm out of breath despite not having run that long of a distance. I don't scream for help. I wanted to, but I hesitate at the last moment. The ghosts look at me with fear in their eyes since I rush so suddenly out onto Main Street. I feel like this has happened before. I can suddenly feel the cold snow through my boots again. My nose tingles. The elderly man catches up to me wearing just his undershirt. I finally got ya. Please stop already. I shout. Part of my brain, or rather a part of me says, you shouldn't just ignore him from the start. The elderly man stopped and stares. Did my shouting catch him off guard? The old man's eyes begins to water, and it's not because of the snow. He's crying. Why? Why am I alone? Why won't nobody love me? He's literally in his underwear. Wait, I'm trying to hide the text. I think he's in underwear. That's kind of funny. Might just be, I don't know, white pants. Why? Why am I alone? Why nobody loved me? His cries echo even louder than my shout. What's his problem? I want to know. I really do. This is really uncomfortable. It's like when someone points out something that you just can't unthink. I'm starting to get nervous here. I don't know. I avert my eyes and walk away. I've taken a bit of a detour, but Pacifica House isn't too far away. And this time, I'll make sure to ignore everyone. The elderly man stops crying. When I start walking, the path cleared. Crunch, crunch. The snow crackles underfoot. The ghosts chatter, their voices masked by that faint sound. I keep walking. I know the answers to your question, little missy. I don't stop walking. He's bluffing. I'll tell you the town's secrets. Hey, listen to him. I want to know. Don't stop walking, you idiot. You want to know why we're here and what exactly this town is, don't you, little missy? Yes. Tell me. Tell me right now. I turn. Oh boy. I turned around, didn't I? A minor blunder. The whisper of ghosts and all other various smaller sounds seems to fade into the distance, as if I had turned down the volume knob on the TV little by little. I can even hear a static noise they put in my ears. The elderly man notices my piqued interest and hums to himself in satisfaction. The glitter in his eyes is somewhat frightening, but also somewhat intriguing, which is why I can't just look away. Everyone, and I mean everyone, gotten used to it, but this is here town strange, don't you think? The noise in my ears gets louder. I think it's strange, and so do you. We're the same. No. I don't want to be put on the same level as this elderly man, but that's not the only thing that's making me uncomfortable. But we are alike, don't you think? It's time we joined hands. I'm scared. But why? It's probably because I'm not mentally prepared to hear the answers to the question I've always had. Now they're within grasp, I'm faltering. Together we can put an end to this here sealed away era. It's a win-win situation, see? I'm curious, but I don't want to know, you know. It's like when someone at school says they know your crush's crush. In the worst case scenario, the curiosity could make me turn out like him. The elderly man takes a step forward. He reaches his arms out, as if offering me salvation. Unfortunately, deep down in my heart somewhere, I do want salvation. So what do you say? The noise grows louder. No, please no. I reject him twice for good measure, because I almost impulsively took him up on his offer. Why not? It's simple, you know. He takes another step forward. He grabs my hands. His hands are so much bigger than mine, and they're warmer than they look. Hey! I know. Why don't you be my daughter? Snap. What he just said now snaps me wide awake, as if I had woken up from a dream. The elderly man, weird undershirt, his clearly abnormal mental state, my loneliness. Well, things are a bit backwards from how I planned, but it's no biggie. He starts swinging my hands around as if giving me a double handshake. Knowing my daughter loving honey, she's sure to come home if I bring home a daughter, or else there ain't no God. Is this some sort of scam? Maybe it isn't, but I'm getting really annoyed now. Sorry, but I've gotta go. You can go, He won't let go. His grip is slightly tight for an elderly man. Let go. No, I ain't ever letting go. Not again. I can't help you. I just need someone, anyone, it doesn't matter who. Someone, anyone, it doesn't matter who. Those words cut deep. And that's why... I hurled the elderly man away without even thinking about it. Somehow, I just know that if someone gripping your hands and in your face, and they just so happen to be taller and lighter than you, they'll be easy to throw down. But when did I learn that? The elderly man back crushes against the wall of a building. Okay, that turned out to be quite unserious. He says only that before losing consciousness. If it doesn't matter who it is, then pick someone, anyone other than me. He probably can't hear me, but I just want to say that. I feel a bit more courageous now, but that must have lost me some points with the town's ghost again. Hey, oof. I thought I'd be more shaken after injuring someone, but oddly enough, I'm not that shook. I'm calm enough to walk and think about how long it'll take for me to get Pacifica and if word of this incident will spread. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Alright, the new ghost should be here by now. I'm sure Anya gonna talk about me in an exaggerated way and Pacifica will rebuke her for it. And that's when I come in, calling Anya names like Poopy Doo-Doo Head, and Pacifica will agree with me. I wonder if the new girl will laugh. I bet she will. I can't wait to see them all. A siren coming from behind. No way, I think to myself, only for the police car to pull over behind me. Oh, for crying out loud. The audio feedback of a megaphone screeches. This is the police. You stop right there and turn around slowly. Megaphones always give voices in particular grating sound. Gee, officer, I didn't know there was a speed limit for pedestrians. If only I could throw out a light-hearted joke like that. I hesitated for a few seconds before turning around. And as meaningless tokens of defiance, I turn around at a normal pace instead of slowly. As a coward, there's about as much resistance as I can muster. But that's enough resistance for the man to pull out his gun as soon as he comes within eyesight of me. He's even making sure to partially hide behind the cover of his car door. Look, I don't have a gun or anything, okay? Though I guess I can't help it since I'm an ex-convict. I understand, but that doesn't make it any better. Okay, boys, it's your first job in 9,900 years. So, get ready. The location's at... He's probably calling for reinforcements on the police radio. I wish he'd cut it out, but unfortunately all I can do is watch. Over, the suspect is... Oh, the ninja. Again with a ninja talk. Why do they think I'm a ninja? I'm not a just turn yourself in, please. We don't want to have to do anything either, you know? Just want to talk. I'm pretty sure talking counts as anything. I almost forgot about it, but that's how cops are. They have this annoying way of acting all buddy-buddy. It's annoying, yeah, but in a way that brings me back. Brings me back to terrible times, that is. I didn't do anything wrong. But there was a report, you know? You assaulted an elderly man, didn't you? I didn't do anything, and I've got somewhere I need to go, so if you will, please excuse me. Okay, so how do you explain this elderly man slumped out there? Over there. Self-defense? Everyone guilty of excessive force claims self-defense, you know? But this is no but situation. But this is no but situation, kind of but. This waste of time sluggishly drag on. Sir. Here comes the police. Where is she? Rushing in from the back alleys. Where's the ninja? This is so weird. Why are they calling her a ninja? That is odd. Okay. Oh, it took you boys long enough? From 3 different paths at the same time. Now then, you might take a little trip with us to the station. When their superior gives the word, the officers casually disperse. Oh, they block access to the back alleys, trying to prevent me from escaping. Surrounding me, as if I'm a criminal, or perhaps a criminal ninja to be specific. 2 of them seem like they're just itching to go. The welcome party must have started already. Maybe they're sad I'm not there, maybe they're mad, but it's not my fault. When I think about it like that, I start to feel the irritation boiling up from the pit of my stomach, mixed in with some other emotions. I run away from here. Sorry, but I've gotta go. I repeat myself. When I take a step forward, one of the officers takes out his gun as if by reflex. Fast, precise movement, almost like clockwork. It seemed to set off a chain reaction as the other 2 officers also draw their guns. I don't have time for this, so I can't stop now. One officer stands in my way, pointing his gun at me, but I still don't stop. I'll shoot, I mean it. You'll shoot and? Yeah, what will happen? They're already dead. I ask that question, and then take another step forward. He shoots his gun. It doesn't hit me. Dodging gunfire isn't hard as long as you pay attention to the trigger finger and the way the muzzle pointing. As someone once said, you can dodge a bullet, but you can dodge a gun. At least I think someone said that. Is it true though? I get the feeling that it didn't really happen. In any case, I snatch the officer's gun and kick him in the gut, knocking him out. Underneath his thick clothes and thin flesh, I can feel his bones break through the tip of my toes. What? What's going on? A ninja. You think I'm a ninja, huh? Then you better not complain when I act all ninja-like. You want me to be a ninja so bad? Then fine, I'll be your ninja. You got a problem with that? After a moment's delay, the gun starts firing one after another. I leap. Since the officer have their sights narrowed to aim, for just a second, it'll probably look like I teleport to them. But a second is all I need. But before they can find out where the ninja vanished to, I swoop down and slam my foot into another officer's head, knocking them out. I follow up by training my sights on the third officer midair and shoot out both his kneecaps. Unable to stop the momentum of the bullets, bones and flesh tear open like a pair of red roses. Only the police chief remains. He seems to be preparing something behind cover of the police car door. Is that the awkward pump action of shotgun I hear? My suspicions are confirmed when I see him awkwardly point a muzzle through the tinted glass. But I don't stop. I hold up one of the felled officers as a human shield as I advance. Do you dare shoot your ally as he still breathes? He dares. I admire your guts, Chief. The police car window shatters. The glass shards twinkle as they dance through the air. But you forget that I can leap. Now you have nothing to show for your guts, and his ally guts are showing for nothing. As I dodge the white spread of the shotgun pellets, I look down at the astonished face of the chief. I best the lower half of my body for the landing. Why do you look so surprised? This is what ninjas do, isn't it? It's your own fault. I know I always want to dream, but this is pretty much a nightmare. Before I realize it, I hear that noise in my ears again. My nerves are right on the edge. The soles of my shoes touch the ground. Thankfully, I don't slip on the snow. This is your own fault. Way before I can finish pumping his semi-automatic shotgun again, I got my gun pushed up right against the chief's temple. Please put that thing down. Yes, ma'am. The chief lets go of his shotgun. He also relinquished his pistol without me even having to ask. What a reasonable guy. I kicked the guns away. It wasn't my fault. Yeah, I believe you. Really, but the priest. Priest? At first I'm caught off guard to hear that name, but it makes sense when you realize the priest has the police in the palm of his hand. He told us to protect the town if the ninja ever got violent. Is the priest the one who labeled me a ninja? Maybe, I guess. I lower the gun. I put it in my pocket. I dust off my hands. Tell the priest he can go to hell. Huh? That makes twice today that I've sent a guy flying through the air. Send dollar. What? The police investigator yells the name of an obscure marine organism before falling unconscious. He's heavier than the elderly man, but I still pull it off. Guess that's one more reason to hate the church. I toss the officer guns into the trash and start heading towards Pacifica once again. Wow, this whole interaction was weird. I can't even analyze what happened. I don't know what happened. I can't even assess the situation. So many things have happened. I mean, she can clearly fight. I mean, she just dodges people with guns. I mean, like a true ninja with some superpowers. And the priest is after her. The priest clearly has something with her. Presence, I don't know, at least. There's nothing odd in particular about the rest of my journey. And I'm not just saying that because of how bizarre the journey has been so far. I just mean I keep walking, make progress, and eventually reach my destination. Pacifica House is a little bit away from the center of town, but none of that really matters now that I'm here. It's a splendid house that even I can appreciate. It's different in every way from my apartment. It's spacious, warm, and standalone. You'd expect a rich, friendly family to live here. And yet, Pacifica lives here by herself. But then again, so does every other ghost in town without exception. There's a weather-beaten sofa sitting in front of the house. A ghost man sitting on it. He looks away as if I'm an eyesore. I don't remember the sofa, but maybe it just slipped my mind. It strikes me as strange that it's sitting outside all exposed to the elements. Then again, this whole town is weird at its core. So strange it's nothing out of the ordinary. Now that I think about it, I remember this being the sofa Pacifica picked up from the garbage dump when we did garbage collection yesterday. I'm half relieved that I remembered, and half sad that I forgot. The positive and the negative cancel out to zero inside my heart. Ignore the man and head to the door. After just a second of hesitation, I ring the bell. For an expensive-looking house, the doorbell sounds surprisingly cheap. After a moment of silence, the door opens abruptly. The thick panel of wood is almost perfectly soundproof, preventing me from hearing anything that might be going on inside. Yo. Contrary to my expectation, it's Anya who shows up rather than Pacifica. Hello. I feel like I've stumbled at first step. I panicked a little, but just a little, so I'm able to act natural. Nice weather we're having. It's night and snowing. Oh. I stumble, stagger, and fall flat on my face. Metaphorically speaking, not physically. That's just what it feels like. It kinda hurts. Well, whatever. Come in. We've got coffee, black tea, and some weird herbal tea or whatever. What would you like? Anya heads back inside, beckoning me in. I follow and shut the bulky door behind me. The various sounds of streets suddenly fade into the distance, even sounds I didn't realize were there until they're gone. I went with coffee, 1 sugar. Well, the drinks at this girl house so good. They must be so expensive, so bougie. Saying that, Anya leads me through the hallway towards the living room. There's a nostalgic smell, the smell of town's ghost, a sweet, heavy smell, reminiscent of honey-scented candle. Since they disappear in the sun, sometimes it feels like the only real thing about them is their smell. When I enter the living room, the smell gets even stronger. The room decorated colorfully and cheerfully for the welcome party. There's a fireplace, but it's just for show. The room is actually heated by a large, noisy heater. Huh. I hesitate before addressing Anya. Oh, do you just want hot water? Sometimes you just want to drink plain hot water to feel something, huh? No, not that. Anya can be kind of dense sometimes. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just how she is. You know, you just gotta be direct to her. Where's Pacifica? Oh, she went to go pick up the new girl. Is the new girl the one with the blue hair? I assume she probably is. Oh, I guess I jumped the gun. Then, I thought Pacifica had already started a welcome party. Am I late? Well, you're pretty late, but I think Pacifica facing some issues on her end too. I'm a little worried that it's my fault since my violent rampage could have caused delays elsewhere in town. Speaking of my violent rampage, I wonder if Anya will hear about it soon. Pacifica got ears everywhere, so she might have heard about it already. I feel dejected. I don't want to think about the subject. So let's switch gears. About how late am I? Relatively. Meaning? Look, if we had an accurate sense of time, we wouldn't say things like 9,900 years. I slip up again. But I guess the positives and negatives cancel out to zero again. Because now I know for sure that the elderly man idea of 3 o'clock is nowhere to be found. I suppose you're right. Here. Anya hands me a mug. The coffee inside is so pitch black that it almost looks like tar. You're not gonna say you don't want any, right? You used to drink this a lot after all. Thank you. I drink it down. It seems sweeter than what I drank yesterday. Is it good? Probably. What that's supposed to mean? Anyway, here. Anya hands me a tin can the size of a matchbox. Thank you. Looks like they're mint-flavored tablets, which I don't think is a good match for coffee, so I put them in my pocket. Anya sits back on the sofa, looking pensive, but not angry. At least that's what it looks like to me. She's got a mug in hand, just like me. She stares at the surface of the black liquid. I stand at the entrance of the room, watching her. I forgot to ask her where to hang my coat. Say. Anya looks up. I start to worry that I've been staring too much at her. Yes? Sorry if we're bothering you. Bothering me about what? That's what I should have asked, but I'm a little too late. Anya starts talking again before I say anything. If we're not bothering you, then that's fine, but I don't want to be a bother. That's just a lose-lose situation all around. Anya talks in intermittent bursts, so it takes me a moment to figure out what she's talking about. Are you talking about calling me over here? If it's a bother, then I'm sorry. You don't look like you're enjoying yourself too much, and you look like you hate it when I talk. I just want you to believe me when I say there is no hard feelings or anything. I feel a little hopeless. Though I don't know if hopelessness is something you can feel just a little of. It feels like a teensy, tiny part of your heart has been crushed. Overall, you might not be that hurt, but you feel hopeless in that small aspect. It's not like I hate being here with you. I say that loud and clear, I swear. I suppose the obvious explanation here is that I'm lacking in sociability. I should have smiled more. I should have come here sooner. Anya doesn't know about that scuffle I had outside, so she thinks I just dragged my feet to get here. I don't hate it at all. Anya looks at me. Now it's my turn to look down at my mug. Except I already drank up most of mine, so I've got no choice but to look back up. Well, okay, but... Anya looks at me again, with sad eyes. Eyes that make me sad too. Though not as sad as her. But I want to do it. Anya murmurs. We decided that this is what we should do, even if you hated us for it. What did you do? We want to make a new friend for you. It's the least we could have done. After all, it's almost like we had stolen ourselves from you, I guess. I get what she's trying to say. It's almost painfully obvious to me. We want you to have friends. Even if you hate us, we could at least get the new girl to be a friend, couldn't we? Was she hate? I don't... But that part I just can't understand. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm sorry for being too nosy, but still. You've got it all wrong. For a moment, I thought I could hold myself back, but I realize I just can't. I shout. This is all just a big misunderstanding. Yes, this is a misunderstanding indeed. One huge misunderstanding. Oh, it's Pacifica. I hear a voice from behind. Pacifica standing there with snow still clinging to her body. Pacifica? If you're wondering why I came back alone, it's because those poops at the poopy church kicked me out for some poopy reason. Pacifica talks up her storm in a single breath, but she doesn't stop there. And yet, I still did my best to live with a smile. And what do you do? What do I see? A stupid client calling out to me even though I said I'm close today, but I still handled it with a smile. Anyway, I came back because I was worried about Sayoko. And what do I hear about you telling her, huh? Look, I just felt like I had to say it. I mean, it's not fair to hide it from her, is it? Fair? I see fair, huh? Man, I voice cracked hard right there. Jesus. Look, timing is everything when you've got something to say. Even if everyone spoke up what was really on her mind all that time, we'd have a nuclear warfare and the world would be blown to bits. Assured mutual destruction, don't you get it? I'm sorry. Pacifica's angry look causes Anya to completely shrink away. It's kind of sad to see her like that. It's okay, I don't mind at all. I speak up louder than I anticipated. The gloom in my heart seemed to have dissipated. I suppose the gloom was blown away by Pacifica's whirlwind of complaints. That must have been her intentions from the start. She's always one step ahead of me, huh? She's trying to make me a friend. It makes me happy to think about it like that. Why don't we just leave it at that? I like the music. If you want me to hurl this empty-headed redhead out of a window, just say the word. How about it? There's no need for that. You're too kind, Sayoko. Wouldn't you agree, Anya? I'm so sorry. It's okay, really. When I let out an exasperated sigh, Pacifica holds my hand. She then looks me in the eye and says, "You know as well as I do that the girl's kinda blunt. She doesn't mean anything bad by it, okay?" Okay, Before I can find the next thing to say, the doorbell rings. Anya? Got it. Anya goes to the door in Pacifica's stead. "It's probably that client again. Just tell him I'm busy today." Gotcha. Anya slowly disappears down the hallway. So slowly that you can clearly see how annoyed she is. "So what were you trying to say, Sayoko?" "Oh, I was just thinking about how amazing you are, Pacifica." Thanks, but what do we do now? We've got to take that girl home somehow." "What's she like?" "Well, I only got a glimpse of her. Suddenly." Anya shrieks at the front door. For a second, I think it's the police, but I just incapacitated them, and that sounded like of annoyance or disgust more than anything. I wonder what that's about. Hey, Anya, what's wrong? "Oh, I'll be right there." Damn son of a bitch. An exasperated Anya peeks into the living room. "Posse, you got a visitor." A small creature hops up from behind Anya. Or at least that's what it looks like. It's obviously not an animal. "Thanks for inviting me, though, even though you're so busy. What a lovely house you have." "You weren't invited." The small creature is actually just a child. Well, I'm not exactly an adult myself, so am I a child too? I don't think I give off childish vibes, though. Do people only see others as children if they think themselves of adult? See what I mean? Am I right? What evil have you ushered into my house? Pacifica furrows her eyebrows. This little girl wouldn't possibly be that harmful, would she? "Oh wow, you must be the ninja everyone's talking about. It's super honored to meet you in person." As soon as the girl notices me, she speaks up with sparkles in her big, round eye. Probably I am. Hi. It's a pleasure to meet you." She takes a few steps towards me. Then she cutely removes her gloves. And reaches out for a handshake. There really shouldn't be anything cute about removing your glove, but somehow she pulls it off when she pulls it out. When I timidly reach out my hand, she giggles as she takes my hand in both of hers and firmly shakes it up and down. What's with the disgust? She seemed like a polite young girl. That's exactly why. Say, Clara, shouldn't you introduce yourself? You're right. The girl named Clara hops back, straightens her posture, and looks me in the eye again. "My name is Clara. I'm an apprentice nun at the church. Please bear with me as I learn." Everybody love her. Meet Clara, that's the achievement. "So yeah, I remembered it was the nun with the bloody nose from the start." She bows her head. Not her upper body, just her head. An awkward gesture for sure, but that awkwardness only adds to her cuteness. She got a very cute face, but she doesn't seem to realize it herself. It looks like she's trying her best to please everyone in her own way. She's perfect because of her imperfections. At least that's the impression I get from her. See? I'm sure you understand now, Sayoko. What? You see, this girl isn't clergy or anything. She's just a normal girl, but she's always around the church because she adores the priest. So you hate her because she's a church spy? That's about a third of the reason. Why, yes. She may look cute and innocent, and she's even modest and unaware of how cute she is. So she does cutesy kitty stuff every now and then. That's why everyone loves her. She's perfect. And because she's loved, her perseverance is unbending. She's so pure, it makes everyone love her all the more. Few people hate that kid. That's why she can't even tell if someone hates her or feels uncomfortable around her. And that just makes everyone around her love her more and more, so she's happy every day, and so is everyone around her. That doesn't sound bad to me. There's something blood-curdling about Pacifica and Anya's explanation. The way they're blocking the exit as they talk makes it feel like they're initiating me into some sort of cult. I suppose that's pretty much the opposite of what they're doing, though. Everyone loves that kid. She's cute, cheerful, unbiased with her unconditional love, and she has an irresistible charm. I haven't done anything worthy of praise. I just want to be like the priest. She's got a very cute face, but she doesn't seem to realize it herself. It looks like she's trying her best to please everyone in her own way. She's perfect because of her imperfections. I take another look at the nun in training in front of me. Huh? She kind of pisses me off. I know, right? What? What? It seems that we've come to an understanding. So basically, it boils down to how it makes one feel to see this perfect little girl living her perfect little life. Many people will probably think she's cute, but some won't. So you're projecting and using her as scapegoat for your own inadequacy. You could say that. Well, I guess it is kind of creepy for everyone to like someone, so I guess that's natural. I won't deny it, but I won't apologize for it either. Okay, let's toss her into the fireplace. It's been a while since things been useful. That thing's been useful. Oh, Miss Anya, what a funny joke. Oh, come on, damn it. Anya looks upward pleadingly, as if she's given up on everything. She then shuffles over to the sofa and collapses onto its soft fabric. Clara sees that and says, "Miss Anya, you're so funny," which only causes Anya to groan again. Well, anyway, what brings you all the way out here today? I've got a bit of a hunch. Pacifica crosses her arms and gives Clara an ice-cold glare. But Clara just looks back at her without batting an eye. I can't believe it. Alright, it seems there's a misunderstanding about the new ghost in town, so I've had enough of this poopy priest excuses. The priest isn't poopy. The poop isn't priesty. He's a priest. He's a poop. Priest. Priest? Priest. Poop. Priest. Okay, it seems to go on. Okay, fine. He's not a priest. He's poop. I get it. Yeah, he's poop. Could you cut it out with a you poop? The priest is a wonderful man. I'm sure he has his reason. I believe you'll understand one day, Mr. Pacifica. Mrs. Pacifica. What reason could he possibly have to label the new girl dangerous and lock her up? I'm sure he cannot give any reason that people would understand right now. I believe he'll explain in full when the time comes. So why did you come here personally? I didn't want you to hate the priest, so I came here to look to come to his defense on his behalf. So you're saying the poop didn't send you here personally? You should have just said so sooner. I thought for sure the poop had entrusted you with some poopy message. Man, they're sure love using this word. No matter how much Pacifica makes fun of the priest, Clara's eyes never lose their shine. I can do nothing but shudder as I watch the conversation unfold. The priest delivered the word of God to us, and Clara wants to deliver the word of the priest to everyone. Anya. I hear ya. Don't bother with the fireplace. The window will do. It saves us the trouble of cleaning it up. You think so? I always thought that girls who pulled the old cutesy act deserve to die in a fire. Hey, this isn't time to joke around. I'm not leaving until this misunderstanding is cleared up. I know that you will understand. Clara shuts her eyes as if completely pleased by her own words. She's acting like a ghost, as in some sort of incorporeal ghost that's tricky to deal with since any attacks phase right through it. A troublesome specter that's always present and can never be interacted with. I see. Please leave. You can either leave through the door or the window. Your choice. No, I'm not leaving. Let's be friends, Mrs. Pacifica, Miss Anya, and Miss Ninja. Okay, look, I'm not a ninja, okay? I see you've chosen the window then. Pacifica lets out an exasperated sigh. I won't give in to fear. You're the ones who are afraid, but it's okay. Everything will be okay. God loves all his children after all. Pacifica. Amen. Oh my god, are you really gonna throw off the window like that? Pacifica grasps Clara by the shoulder. Okay. I feel tired all of this. Actually, I'll show you out. Deal with Clara. That we got an achievement for. That was so... Okay, that was so stupid. It was actually hilarious. They literally just flinged her off the window. Hey, this man. Today's just the worst. What were her final words? What would we say when you've been thrown out a window? At least say eep or something. Guys probably like the part about her. The part, I mean. The wind's blowing in through the broken window, but none of us complain. We would rather invite the cold than invite her. The decorations sway in the chill, invisible wind. Anya and Pacifica ignores it as they sit back on the sofa. I'm sorry you went through all of this for me. I sit directly on the floor, little by little bit away from them, and lean against the wall. Warm air rises, so it's much colder near the floor than you'd expect. I hate myself for failing to find a better seating position. Having failed to accomplish their duty, the welcome party decoration looks somehow cold. That poor new ghost. I hope for her sake that she's not the cutesy type. Don't worry about it. I'm not mad at you, Sayako. I'm mad at the church. You know that, don't you? Well, yeah, but I was thinking I caused you a lot of trouble. I don't know the specifics, but I realized Pacifica worked really hard. For my sake. So that she could make me a friend. Even if I stopped being her friend. What's that supposed to mean? I didn't hear everything that the dummy Anya over here said, but it's not like we want to stop being friends with you or anything. We just want to do something for you, as a token of reconciliation. But physical objects quickly disappear, you know? So we want to give you a friend. It's like planning a surprise party. We've already gotten this far, so we might as well see this whole thing through, right? We didn't mean to trick you or anything, honest. Yeah, I understand. It's okay. I should be apologizing for all the trouble I've caused. Before I can finish the thought, I sink into silence. I'm cold. The heater's on, but there's like bailing out sinking ship with a thimble. It's too cold for comfort. Aren't you cold? Why not sit over here? Yeah, that's right. Pacifica and Anya scooch over and make some room for me in the middle. It should be much better than the floor. And we all might be warmer if we share body heat. I get up, stand in place, and hesitate for quite some time. In the end, damn, I didn't read it. Wait. Okay, let's rewind back. I accidentally clicked. In the end, I declined the offer. I tell them I'm going home since I'm tired today. By the way, the rewind animation is sick, man. This game is... In terms of technicality or how this game like works, man, it's such an upgrade from all the visual novels I played. Even though in terms of story, probably nothing will be better than House of Fata Morgana. It's honestly like the best story I ever read in my entire life. I tell them I'm going home since I'm tired today. Okay, sorry about today. I'll plan a bunch of stuff and get it all prepped by tomorrow. So please come back once you wake up. I'll be waiting. Let's drink coffee again. Sure, okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, let me walk you. I tell her she can just walk me to the entrance as we part ways. The moment the door closes, I can hear Anya's voice through the gap saying, maybe I should go home too. The sky's still dark. There's still ghosts coming and going around this time. Considering the whole commotion earlier, I should probably avoid Main Street. I walk stealthily, avoiding contact with others. I don't feel especially cold, since it was already pretty cold inside the room. They want to make new friends for me. That's what those two said. I feel like that's the part of why I was so intrigued by the idea of a new ghost in town too. Anya, Pacifica, and I have ended up getting ourselves quite a reputation. A new ghost would be convenient as a friend since she won't be aware of any of the town's history. She's equally distant from everyone, so if we get to her first, we're sure to get on her good side. That's probably what I've been subconsciously thinking. The subconscious is an amazing thing, huh? I think my subconscious is smarter than I am. So in other words, their present matches my needs. Regardless of how they try to show it, they treat me like a friend. It truly does feel like a present. But if they want me to have a present, even if I won't be their friend anymore, it doesn't really make me happy. Huh. I sigh. I want to be friends with them forever. I never really thought I needed a new friend. I'm satisfied just spending the time with the two I have. But saying that I would be like telling them, no thanks. I don't want your present. I don't want to do that. I feel like presents should make both the recipient and the giver happy. I mean, I've given presents myself before, haven't I? Hopefully I have. I desperately search through my empty memory and arrive at my apartment before I know it. I'm home. Pacifica House isn't that far away, but I feel like I've walked quite a distance. I wonder what happened to the elderly men at the police. Hopefully, they don't come for revenge. I don't want to be thrown and shot repeatedly as a payback. Payback? That gives me an idea. Oh yeah. I figured out something I can do. Maybe I can pay them back somehow. I don't think I've really used my brain to think of something like that in a long time. I can't hold back a giggle. Just when they thought I was out. That's the cryptic thought that comes to mind. And as soon as it crosses my mind, I tumble down the stairs. But that doesn't stop me from thinking about how I can pay them back. Okay. Ghostpia. Even later at night, when maybe 60 or 70% of the town ghosts are asleep, a man stands in front of the entrance to the church, one of the biggest buildings in town alongside a station. He's not dressed in appropriate church attire, however. His oily face is covered in stubble, his gloves have spotty discoloration, his boots are tattered. You can tell his hat smells just by looking at it. His gloves have spotty discoloration, his boots are tattered. Wait, what? Did it say the sentence twice? His oily face is covered in stubble. His hat smells. Okay. His protruding belly pushes against his coat and the questionable stains on it. And most of all, he has a rifle. He's a watchman. They're seen at the church from time to time. Whenever something happens, watchmen stand guard in front of the church. These men patrol the church with guns, clearly neither clergy or parishioner. The men don't know why they've been deployed, but a priest has ordered them to guard the church, so they guard the church, even if it's empty. The priest just has that much influence in this town. Dude, who is the priest? And the church is hiding a secret, I'm telling you. Kinda like in Fata Morgana. This particular man might look dumb, but his eyes are good enough that he doesn't need glasses, so he notices a boy approaching. Hey kid, no unauthorized access today. Man, you gonna stop Ash Ketchum like that? With great difficulty, the man tells the boy that the access is restricted. But I would like to pray. Can't you make an exception? The boy shyly pleads with the man. No can do, Sonny. Can't let nobody pass through. The man grips his rifle and thrusts it, threatening the boy. But the boy doesn't falter. The man can't read his facial expressions since the boy's cap is covering his face. Well, you also have a mask. I didn't say there wouldn't be anything in it for you. The boy speaks. Please take this. The boy holds out a tiny, resealable bag with 3 white pills inside. They're top quality. Are these drugs? The man hesitates. He takes a bit of time to reach for an answer. Oh, fine. So you'll let me through? Just make it quick. The man clears the way. He figured that if the boy were a malicious intruder, he wouldn't try waltzing through the front door. And perhaps another reason is that the man was already looking forward to enjoying those pills. And thus, my infiltration of the church is a success. Oh. It's her. Just like a ninja, that sign must have broken my concentration. Because of my disguise, a coat, mask, wig, and other things I picked up from the garbage dump instantly disappear. So the remaining mint-flavored tablet, even though I only took 3 of them to put in that bag. Oh man, he's gonna be disappointed. Just for formality's sake, I should apologize to the recycle shop for stealing the clothes and whatnot. It looks like I can carry fewer things than most ghosts can. Though, I guess maybe I've only forgotten that fact and I'm just now remembering it. But I don't have time to get lost in thought about it like I usually do, because I hear someone. Or rather, I hear and see someone at the same time. And just the sight of that someone alone is enough to make me sick. Oh, Davis, what brings you to the church this late at night? The priest. There's then the priest. Are you the priest? It'd be stupid to ask that, so I don't. This priest matches the priest in my vague memory, so this priest must be the priest. He reminds me of a long-dead lion. His swept-back hair looks like a mane, and his eyes have the sharp glint of a carnivore. His voice is low like a growl, and he carries himself confidently, like a true king of beasts. Though he's more like king of ghosts. This king, who appears to be around 30 years old, stands like a priest, with his hands held behind his back as he talks to me gently. How strange. I believe you had already closed for worship today. When the priest moves, I smell the scent of dust and burnt out candles. Well, I hate the church. I don't hate the smell. They let me in because I said I had some business here. I see. Rules are rules, and upholding the rules is a watchman's job. So I can't have a watchman helping someone break the rules. He must be reminded of the rules. Oh, did I say the word rules too much? The priest laughed. I can't help but laugh too. What is this feeling? He looks at me with composure and magnanimity. I believe it's from the word magnanimous. This feeling, yes, he's like God. I heard you got quite violent downtown today. And that's something about him that I hate. Why did you leave your room? Whoa. Okay, that was kind of the change of tone. As soon as the priest says that, his composure and magnanimity disappear. It's like a switch has been flipped. He's ready to take on the ninja that killed an elderly man and the police. Composure and magnanimity, that's two things I've stolen from him. I'm just a little bit happy. A friend suddenly came for a visit. Tell him the plain truth. I tell him. I thought something like that would never happen again. I thought I had sealed away the evil. Oh wait, I just now noticed. Look at the church's window. It's the missile from downtown. I literally just now noticed that because I moved my mouse. That is so interesting. The priest keeps staring at me. I don't think he intends to take his eyes off for a moment, not even to blink. And at the same time, it's like he's looking through me. And back to that day, I wish I could see it too. I wish I could reclaim my past. There's something scary about the existence of an unfamiliar me. You've changed quite a bit since the last time I saw you. For a moment I didn't recognize you, but I surmised that if anyone was going to pay us a visit, it would be you. My chest hurt, like a tooth cavity, like a long, drawn-out pain that deprived me of sleep. So that I must explain why Pacifica and Anya seemed hesitant to get in touch with me. I've changed, and probably not for the better. Those are nice. Those two are nice, so they won't talk about it. I didn't notice. Those two have been watching over me, and the current me has just been taken advantage of the kindness. The me that stopped, the me that's those two talk about is just my empty shell. They embrace that shell, put on a smile, and explain things that should be common knowledge? Whoa. So, she... Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. She reincarnates and losing her memory? What happening? This pain. It is my heart. I heard someone say that the heart has no sense of pain, but can't be right. But something has to hurt for me to feel this pain. Where is the pain? I can't tell where it is. I can't heal it. I hate this. The new ghost is here, right? Give her back. I speak in a firmer tone. I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Give her back, but she's not yours, and you never had her. She's dangerous, maybe even more dangerous than you. I need her. For what purpose? My friends need her in order to help me, so I want to help them get her. It's a strange thing to say, you know. Maybe I'm broken, but this is the answer I come up with. So please don't interfere. I see. The priest says in exasperation. He's probably stopped trying to understand where I'm coming from. I can't allow you to take her. She's a witch, a disruptor of the stone peace. I must seal her away. Peace. What is peace? We're ghosts. We don't die if we're killed. Does peace even exist for us? If so, then isn't every ghost already forcibly sealed away inside of this so-called place? God is testing us. Until the day we earn his mercy, I must guide the townspeople to protect the peace and lead modest lives, for that is my purpose. The priest looked at me arrogantly with his hand still held behind his back. He may be cautious of me, but he's calm. He has people to support him. He has a purpose to live for each day. He has a fulfilling life. I cannot lose to someone like that. When we earn his mercy, he will lead us to paradise. By spreading his word to even one more person, we can live better lives. And I intend to hold out until that time. Each sin cleansed is another step towards paradise. Even someone as empty as me can realize that, and so I pour all of my nothingness into it. Oh no. That's unacceptable. Something lightens up in my empty self. I flash back to Pacifica room with broken window for just a moment. I don't know who I heard it from, but someone once said that people respond better to anecdotes than logic. That's why smart people use telltale to garner respect and amass fortunes. No idea when or where I heard that, as always. How annoying. That's probably what inspires me to talk back, interrupting the priest. You can't sway me away with tall talk like that. I say probably because it doesn't really feel like I'm the one who said it. It's not a telltale. It's the truth. All of it. I'm not just some suggestible little girl. But you can be, as long as that's what his God so desires. How long will you make this out to be God's fault? Do you hate this place that much? Just give it up already. There's no escape. Surprisingly enough, I laugh. A laugh that's a mess of different human emotion. Now that I think about it, people laugh all the time, whether they're happy, mad, or sad. But it's a different sort of laugh. That's probably why it's the appropriate time to laugh. Oh, it's appropriate to laugh in just about any sort of situation. Who am I, anyway? Who's this girl? Who's talking? Some organ inside my body feels like it's been set on fire, and that fire setting me in motion. The magma-like heat boils my blood and circulates through my body. Even my head becomes a red-hot lump of heat, lighting up every last nook and cranny of my thought process. Silence! The priest brings his head forward, away from his back, revealing an automatic pistol which he points at me. Just as I suspect, I suppose. Everyone have a pistol in this ghost town? You're evil, a demon! Sorry, but there's no demon here. Just ghosts. It's ridiculous that you pretend we're alive, even we're already dead. Our souls are alive. I'm going to shoot you. You'll revive. Lives and souls be damned. It's just a universal law rule. The same thing that happens to object happens to us. I'm motivated by something more precious. The likes of you could never understand how I feel. The priest completely lost his composure, his magnanimity, and his high horse. He's no longer a lion, just a man. He's just a man, which is why he must rely on a gun. A god wouldn't need a gun. I feel good, satisfied. Perhaps this is how it feels to rob someone of something truly precious to them. I won't be silent. What I have to say concerns you too. Come on, don't give up this cold, dark place just... Silence, please. Don't say the same things she did. Whoa. I feel a hint of compassion for the priest as I conclude with his final question. How long will you keep waiting, and for whom? I don't understand the word coming off my mouth, but I do know that are last words that should come out of my mouth. Why? I don't know why I know. Hopefully someone does. I'll kill you! I see the priest pull the trigger in slow motion, but once I see it, my attention draws behind me. Father! Back towards the door I came in. The door opens, and in comes the man I slipped past earlier, his rifle drawn. The man instantly processes the situation and... Ninja, how dare you fool me? Die! Saying that, he pulls the trigger. But it's already too late. I had already pulled a pistol out of my coat and aimed it at his brow. At this point, I'm not even questioning my lightning-fast moves. Oh, Jesus! I think of what I want to do and do it. It's so natural. I've come to accept this unfamiliar me. A cursed ninja. The priest fires without hesitation. He probably realized that now that the man is here, chaos and destruction in the church will be unavoidable. But his aim is off, so there's no need for me to even move from this spot. I guess I miscalculated a little. What do you want? The priest yells. I think to myself, how should I know? But I answer. I said so at the start, didn't I? I leap off the ground, quickly closing the distance between me and the priest. The priest seemed to be quite the skilled marksman, but it's nothing I can't dodge. So I take the gun I stole from the police officer and thrust it at his brow. I'm here to see the girl. I close my eyes. Oh, God. Bang, the sound of a gun. Thud, the sound of something human-sized collapsing onto the ground. The sound of blood whirs in my ears. Who's there? But I can still pick up the soft sound of footsteps. A perfectly cute voice, one that I remember. It looks like something in the darkness of the pews. Gathonk. I hear something, some sort of machine starting up. After a moment's delay, a siren starts to roar. Someone must have pulled a fire alarm or something. I'm sure the police and the priest followers will come rushing in soon. Clara, stop the alarm. Right, if someone in the church, it's probably her. I open my eyes. But from the darkness, I can hear her feeble voice protest. You want to be my friend, don't you? But you sound hesitant. Stop it. I aim in the general direction of where she's hiding and fire. I didn't hit, but that's fine. The sound stops. I know that this sort of alarm can be switched off manually. I step toward the darkness. It doesn't look like she's going to run away. Or maybe she can't. I step up next to Clara and she desperately tries to keep standing on her shaking legs. Miss Sayako, please apologize. I'm sure everyone will forgive you if you step down now. It'll be fine. I'm sure everything will be fine. Lead the way. Let me help you, Miss Sayako. I made a flower out of paper. You can have it. That offer's somewhat attractive, actually. I imagine myself apologizing and everyone forgiving me and loving me like they would love Clara. But then, Pacifica and Anya would hate me, so no thanks, I refused. I said, lead the way, poophead. Oh, these, man, what the... I strike Clara in the face, making a proper fist with my hand, of course. Clara flies back about half a meter, her nose bleeding. She places her hand on the ground, trying to get up, but fails. So this is how she got the nosebleed? She looks confused. She hasn't realized that she's been roughed up a bit. But she's not crying, she just got a bewildered look on her face. She still doesn't realize what's going on. And that irritates me. I hate you, but I might come to like you. Lead the way unless you want me to hate you again. I spit out those words. To be honest, I don't hate her enough that I want to hit her. Clara silently got up without wiping her bloody nose, and with a delicate, truly ghostly voice she says, "This way." And she leads the way. Let's be friends once this is all over. Clara doesn't respond. Hey, so I don't know if you can tell, but it's actually a brand new day. It was getting super late while I was recording, so I actually decided to just stop and continue. So shouldn't be too much of a bother for you guys, because I'm just gonna make it all in the same video. So in case you wonder why there was a cut, it's because of that. This is probably my first time walking around the place. It feels kind of strange and creepy. It's like I've got motion sickness. The church is a big, conspicuous building, so I'm used to seeing it from the outside. I guess what's so off-putting in the contrast between how much I think I know the building versus how little I actually know about it. It should be so obvious though. I mean, it shouldn't come as a surprise to know that a box contains things, right? Come to think of it, I know even less about myself than I previously did. I keep surprising myself again and again. It feels like I'm not even me. But looking at things objectively, maybe this is the real me. However, there's no way for me to know for sure. For some reason, I'm exhausted. I can't concentrate. That's not good. The gun I'm pointing at Clara feels so heavy. It's tiring to go up all these stairs. How many floors does this building have? 4. We're on the 3rd floor. It seems like this central staircase is the only staircase connecting all the floors, which severely narrows down the available escape routes. Looks like Flower's nose stopped bleeding as we were walking. We quickly advanced forward. I've already given up memorizing the way back. Neither of us say a word. We're here. Clara speaks plainly as she stands by the door. She looks like a robot who's almost, but not quite human. Her current mental state must be what my normally is. There's not much of a height difference between me and Clara. Her hair is the same length as mine too, even though it's a different texture. If I usually look like she does now, I must really come off as a weirdo. You go in first. I think a lot of different things, but what I end up saying... Okay. Clara opens the door. She then puts her hands together and bows. After a moment's delay, I realize that it's out of deference to me. Pardon the intrusion. Warmth flows in through the doorway. The heating must be on. Someone in there. The someone I came to see, here to see. Pardon the intrusion. I can't help but say that now that Clara said it, something akin to dread suddenly overcomes me. After all, despite all I've done to come see her, there's no guarantee that she'll see me in a positive light. Who will she trust more? The church that confined her, or the girl who comes in barging with a gun and a hostage? I'm curious to find out, but I've got no idea what to expect. What if she's completely unlikable? I don't know if I could get along with her then. Or maybe I should be worrying about me being completely unlikable one. Huh? I hear a voice, an unfamiliar voice, the voice of the new girl. I suddenly cast my eyes down. You have a visitor. You must be cold. Come in, don't be a stranger. Yes, you in the back too. I look up by reflex. In a single moment, I think about a lot of things, and in a single moment, I forget them. Like a sort of flashback. By the time I realize that is what anxiety feels like, I can already see the girl. I intended to be more mentally prepared when I first met her, but things have been a bit, shall we say, sudden? I'm so nervous my eyes are blurring. In my blurred vision, I feel like I can see many different things. Like rain, or school, or summer heat, or laughing with someone. And like a dream, they all suddenly come to mind and disappear as suddenly as they came. But why? The fearful me is already the usual me. I remember how comfortable being fearful can be. Congratulations. She looks at me. Oh, the strange newcomer. That's the achievement I just got, by the way, if you heard the popping sound. She looks at me. At the very least, she's smiling. Sorry to keep you waiting. I give an odd reply, perhaps due to the tension. Why would I say sorry to keep you waiting in response to congratulations? But for just a second, it seemed like a proper thing to say. I just don't get it anymore. That might explain why I'm smiling, or maybe it's totally unrelated, I don't know. Either way, we're both smiling. I'm no longer afraid. I stare at her for a second. She got big eyes, round, girly cheeks, and a smile that makes you happy just by looking at it. I feel like I came here to check on something, but I've forgotten what exactly. What's your name? I intend to take her back with me as soon as I learn her name. My name is yet to be determined. Yet to be determined? Once I say it to myself, I'll realize she's saying she doesn't have a name. Not that it is her name. I'm a little slow in the uptake when it comes to things like that. Jeez. I don't know how ghosts get their names. Do they keep their names from before becoming ghosts? Or do they get new ones? No idea. So hey, are you two free right now? No, I'm not free right now, but I'm trying to free you. Please run away with me right now. Oh, good. Miss Yet-to-Be smiles. A carefree smile. I can tell just by looking at her that she's genuinely pleased. Honestly, I think that's a nice trait to have. Then, why don't we eat some ham together? It's delicious, you know? You too, Clara. Unfortunately, it seems that the new girl is not a good listener. This is plain bad, but I don't repeat myself. After all, there's no use talking to someone who doesn't listen. Can we go after we eat? I shift gears instead. We have to run quick, right? Let's eat fast so we can run fast, okay? Okay. It's not that she's not listening. The person listens and ignores. That's right, she's the type of person who's tiring to talk to. Does she even understand that she's being held captive, or why I'm here? Okay, I get it. Let's eat. There were no rifle shots, just a few pistol shots. The alarm got off shut off quickly. Then, we went straight to this room. I made sure that Clara didn't take a roundabout route to buy time. Backup will probably be here before long, but it's not here now. There are many worries in this world, but I know that very few of those worries will actually come true. Clara. Yes? Eat. Like your life depends on it. If I do, will you surrender? She says something stupid, so I pistol whip her with a thud. I didn't have to think about accidental discharge since the gun's actually already out of bullets. I'll think about it, no hurry. Okay. Fresh blood flows out of Clara's nose. Oh, this is the ham eating scene. On the table is a bone-in ham. Its smoky scent can be smelled from steps away, and most of all, its size is overwhelming. Meat is a precious commodity in this town. You would think it makes sense for a ham to be in this town, since it's literally dead meat. But despite the fact that you can find freeze-dried, canned and frozen meats everywhere, you'll rarely see meat as meaty as this. Pacifica lives in such a nice house, and yet I doubt even she could buy something like this. It's too big for me to eat by myself, so I'm glad you two came along. How did you get this? Men gave it to me. The priest? Oh, so that's who he was. Ha, that's kind of funny. As we sit down at the table, I keep my gun thrust at Clara. Miss Yet-to-be doesn't even address the elephant gun in the room. I don't even know if she's ignoring it or she just thinks it is what it is. Everyone's got their quirk. Maybe if you figure out someone's quirk, you can figure them out. But I guess for some people, their quirk is being quirkless. Clara clearly has no appetite for the feast before her. Neither do I, but at this rate, the ham's not going anywhere. And so? If you eat quickly, I'll put the gun down. We shall eat then. Clara reaches for the knife to cut the ham. She awkwardly cuts the ham and starts gulping it down like a garbage truck. Oh, you've got such a good appetite. Miss Yet-to-be cheers and pours a bottle into a glass. Let's dig in. I start eating the ham too. Yep, let's do that. Miss Yet-to-be starts eating as well. Ham is a luxury food and already delicious on its own, but there's a certain something that spices it up all the more. For once, I was able to find the answer after just a little bit of thinking. It's already bedtime outside. Morning is near. A human might call this a late night snack. A meal outside of a proper mealtime. I just remembered that midnight snacks are especially yummy, but I'm sure I'll just forget again soon enough. I feel that something like this has happened before, but unfortunately I can't remember. Whew. Once I finally managed to swallow an overly thick slice of ham, I let out a big sigh. We finished half of the ham. I'm concentrating. That's a rare occurrence for me. Tonight's just full of rare occurrences. We're eating ham. There's ham on the table as big as my head, and we're eating it with such a gusto in order to escape quickly. The world is silent save for the clattering of tableware, the chewing of ham, and the occasional crackling of wood. Wood fire. It's almost as if everything outside the room has been annihilated, and the world exists only for us to eat ham. And when I say us, I mean me, yet to be determined, and crying Clara with a bloody nose. She's the one eating the most. This situation is very much like a dream. The softness of the high-piled rug seemed to numb my senses. It's like a dream. I ponder that thought again. This situation we're in is indeed like a dream. But is that a good thing? At least that's what I think to myself as I prod Clara Temple with my gun. Eventually, we finish off the gigantic ham. That was delicious. Miss Yet-to-be strokes her belly in satisfaction while I try my best to keep myself from throwing up. Clara probably in the same boat too. You see, Miss Yetubi quickly got full and excused herself. Afterwards, she watched us eat and said things like, "You two can really eat, and is it good?" So Clara and I ended up finishing off the majority of the ham. Now then, Miss Yetubi steps up from her chair and claps her hands together. The stopped alarm starts ringing once again. "Please wait here, Clara. If you run away, I'll kill you 9,900 times." I run out of the room and check what's happening outside. I don't sense anyone on this floor. The priest's corpse must have been spotted by now, and it should be clear that I'm the one who killed him. I think to myself, if I were the backup forces, I'd gradually go up the stairs to corner me. There's no time. I rush back to the room and take Clara and the new girl. Oh, my suitcase. Miss Yetubi says that that right as we're about to leave. Nah, it'll just hold us back. I'm in a tight spot here. There's no guarantee that I can protect her and her baggage. Can we come back for it later? I decide to lie. We can come back for it anytime. Okay then. Just a little white lie. It's nothing. A gunshot rings out from lower floor. They must have found a corpse. After that shot, several will follow after it. Then I hear something break. Sounds like they got shotguns. That's no good. I guess they must have mistaken something for me. They ought to keep a cooler head. But that just goes to show how much they fear the ninja. Good. Excellent. If you people want me to be a ninja, then I'll play the part. Being bloodthirsty is simple. It's kinda nice, actually. Makes you painfully aware that we're dead. The gunshot stopped. I hear men's voices. They must be arguing. Maybe they're pretending to clear the area, but I think they should keep it quiet. Sounds pretty dangerous down there. Miss Yetubi murmurs. Don't worry. I continue. We're going up. If we can go down, then our only option is to go up. I'll show you the ninja's true potential. Miss Yetubi leads the way as I threaten Clara to keep going up the stairs. Oof. Clara tumbles, probably not on purpose. Her nose starts to bleed yet again. Maybe she plans to die from nasal blood loss. Over here, 4th floor. But as a result, our pursuers have spotted us. I pick up one girl in each arm and dash up the stairs. I leap through the first floor. I see the first door. I see without hesitation. They don't chase us us immediately. Maybe they want to be sure they can overwhelm me, or maybe they're thinking they just need to block the center staircase to corner the rat. That's an extremely logical thought, as long as you don't expect the rat to go even higher. What is this room? It's the priest room. I see. What a lonely little room. Just a big desk, a full-length window. Actually, I can sense there are several lonely little rooms. They're not so lonely or little when put together. I stare out of the window. Things don't look so bad outside. In fact, it looked better than I expected. I feel kind of pumped up. I'm sure I can pull off what I'm about to attempt. Miss Yetubi gleefully cheers as she bumps onto the soft desk chair. Well, whatever. I've got an idea. Stand here. I place my hand on Clara's shoulder. There's not much of a height difference between us, so our faces are close. I look closely at her face. I'm sorry, Clara. Miss Ninja? Miss Ninja, you must be cold. Here, you can wear my coat. I take off my coat and am intently reminded of how cold this town can be. Now then. Hey, what's the plan? How do we escape? I don't have the time to answer, Miss Yetubi. Any last word? As I ask Clara as I hid under the shadow of the desk, with my gun still trained on her, of course. I don't take my eyes off her. Clara tries to speak, but she just fidgeted and failed to say anything in the end. Time sluggishly crawls on. Miss Yetubi looks at me with concern. I want to give her some reassuring word, but what comes out of my mouth is anything but trustworthy. Everything will be okay. By the time I say that, the faraway footsteps are already upon us. There's already somewhere between 6 and 8 men on the other side of the door, and they must be armed with rifle or other guns. Any last word? I swivel my head to face in my direction. I'm sorry, but now we're playing on the same field. No, it wasn't me who swiveled her head. It's just Clara, dressed like me, and with a hairstyle similar to mine. But the resemblance is uncanny. I'm sure we'll meet again. Maybe we can be friends then. She does look like me. I hope you'll understand one day. You... What's she's going to say? You're crazy? You have no moral? That makes sense. I studied human rights, but not ghost right. Slam. They kick the door in. I do have last words. Clara speaks. Poophead? Oh god. What's that supposed to mean? I laugh. I don't think I could do anything but laugh. I guess maybe Clara really does understand after all. I hide my head under the shade of the desk. I firmly push down Miss Yet-to-be head so that it doesn't come back up. Guns, gunshots. Not only they can take out your eardrums, they could very well take out your whole ears too. Oh, I know what this is. The substitution jutsu. You are correct? What? They're supposed to switch? I suppose this is the reality according to those muscle-bound idiots. The intruder kills the priest, runs up to the top floor, but once they corner her, she stands dumbfounded in the dread of death. The men shoot me to death with their guns. Eventually, the priest will return from the garbage dump and praise the men, maybe even reward them somehow. The dread of death? Please. This is why you guys are someone else's subordinates. We're ghosts, remember? Well, in any case, they must fear death themselves. Which is why they shot at me. They must have heard the stories of me being a ninja. And to hide their fear, they shot at me with an unreasonable amount of bullets. It all happens in a flash. The desk is big and sturdy, so there's no need to worry about getting hit by any bullets that ricochet or pierce through the wood. So I look towards the window. Several of the bullets meant for Clara hit the glass instead. At least one of the men must have had lousy aim. Beyond the glass is the same town as ever. It looks more beautiful than it does from my apartment, but it's just a small little ghost town. What? Oops, I loosen my grip. Miss Yes-to-be nods her head as if to say, I know, I know. For some reason, that makes me feel relieved. Nothing like a holy woman going down, huh? Correction. I don't think I feel relieved at all. The muzzle flash illuminates the scattering blood. It's my blood, or rather, the blood of Clara disguised as me. It's kind of make me sick to think about it like that. Bullets rain down upon the bulky glass before us. Cracks form here and there before it finally shatters, thus eliminating the barrier between us and the town. Or perhaps I should call it a barrier between us and the sudden drop. But either way, it's a barrier. We don't need it right now. And at the same time, I hear something collapses behind us. I don't want to look. She's not just a nun, she's Clara. I clearly remember that fact. Let's go. Huh? You kidding? No way. The fact that she's saying that means she understands what I'm suggesting. I forcibly wrap my arm around her waist, halfway to carry her. I wasn't expecting her to be thin or anything, but she's thicker than I expected. In fact, her thickness is kind of reassuring. I'll give you the signal. You are kidding, right? I can fly. Oh god. Oh man. They're gonna jump onto. Yep. A man reflexively pulled the trigger when he see me get up. But his aim is so bad his shot doesn't hit. The other men follow his lead, but they're too late. Without a word, we leap out of the window. Miss Yet-to-be screams something, but I'm not sure that counts as a word. We leap out of the top of the church, from the window of the priest room. We fall into the cold wind with some late, shot-in-the-dark gunfire behind us. It's cold. Something feels cold inside me. The me who was in me moments before is now gone. I start thinking relevant thoughts like, you shouldn't go outside without a coat. But the lack of coat means I can better feel the warmth of the girl under my arm. I'm so happy. Miss Yet-to-be says those words like a soft whisper. It's a mystery to me how I'm able to hear her voice through all the whooshing wind sounds. But it's enough to make me feel satisfied. It's astonishing, really. Just like magic. Maybe she really is a witch. She made tonight a good night, despite all the trouble and all the cold. Back in my home country, ghosts wouldn't leave for the afterlife until they were content enough. Myself, I wouldn't mind leaving right now. This is nothing. Also, keep it a secret, bud. I only whispered, but it seems she heard me too. How strange. I'm not actually a ninja. Oh, I'm not actually a witch either. Either. I figured. It feels like we've been falling forever. I wonder what's up with that. Oh, but obviously, we've got to land eventually. We end up crushing it onto Anya armored vehicle. Obviously, soft landing. That is the achievement. Obviously, we couldn't just get up and walk away if we landed on hard metal roof. But thankfully, Anya was considerate enough to fasten the sofa from earlier onto the top. That's a bit random. As a result, we're able to pull off an exceptionally gentle landing. Yahoo, I'm one hell of a driver, and I... Goddamn, but those are church shit up top? An unusually enthusiastic Anya pops her face out of the driver's seat window. Ew. Watch your language. I hear a thud from inside the car. Anya groans. Get in, quick. Pacifica pops her head out of a passenger seat window and urges us in. At the same time, we hear a gunshot, and several meters in front of the car, a random pile of snow bursts open. Get in before you get sniped. Miss Yetubi and I hop into the backseat, and at the same time we hear a concerning metal clank, suggesting the car got hit by a bullet. But this is an armored vehicle, so it's invincible. And in this moment, so are we. It's been ages since I've ridden in a car. I've missed the low engine roar, so I can't help but listen closely to it. Nobody talks, probably because we hear a police car siren coming from behind. After a while, once we can no longer hear the police car siren, Anya parks the car in an alley somewhere. But even then, the silence isn't broken until I finally speak up and address Anya. Say, Anya. Yeah? This is the same one, isn't it? Yeah, why? I didn't realize you still had it. I do. It'd be a waste to get rid of it, you know. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I'm glad you came when you did. You're welcome for that. Anya lets out a sigh, as if she tried to laugh but failed. If only that were the case. Look at the two of you getting all lovey-dovey. Anyway, why did you call her and not me? Pacifica takes out a bag of snacks from somewhere and opens it. You think snacks would be out of place in an armored vehicle, and yet somehow, it works. I didn't know your number, Pacifica. You could have just asked Anya. I was in a hurry. I had to prepare a disguise too. A disguise? I disguised myself and handed those mint-flavored tablets to a watchman as a bribe. Then I put a new ventilation hole into the priest's skull and turned the nun into a colander. Oh god. It's not until after I finished talking that I realized, oh crap, I shouldn't have said that. What I did was a small-scale insurrection, far from what any normal person would call ethical. I don't think those two would easily approve of my actions here. I'm sure they were expecting something a little more peaceful. I get a feeling I should have lied about it, but I don't want to. For real. For real. Good things we're friends. Anya says that so casually. Thank you. So I casually respond. Anya grumbles something about priorities. Hey, Sayako, you said I'm gonna jump, so bring the car behind the church, right? After I had gotten home from Pacifica House, I had called Anya on the phone. That's right, the phone is a direct line between me and Anya. Anya quickly picked up, and I quickly hung up. I finally understand why I keep avoiding the phone. I must be the type of person who's not good with phones. What? Did you think that Anya of Green Gables here would understand what you just meant with that one sentence? Do you know that what she said to me when she came to me for help? Pacifica munches on the corn snacks quietly yet angrily. Yeah, I said, what's that supposed to mean? Exactly, if we did exactly what you said, we'd all be in jail right now, you understand? Pacifica opens up a second bag. Miss Yetubi reaches for the bag, only to get her hand slapped away. Eep. That's why I came here to you for help, okay? And I'm the one who told you to tie the sofa onto this roof. This girl was just going to bring her car as it was, you know. She's the got poop for her brains, remember? That's fine. No, it's not. Pacifica shouts. Miss Yetubi finds some snacks on own and start munching on them, saying, "It's not as good as the ham, but it's okay now that I think about it." I figured Anya would come to you for help, and you'd catch on to what I was getting at, Pacifica. I was hoping that you two would fulfill my request, at least as stated, so yeah, thanks for going above and beyond. I see, well, okay then. Her voice is blunt, but somewhat tearful. I never want to make her cry again. Dude, I don't understand. Is she, like, constantly getting out of the car and then back in? Well, what? I don't understand anything. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it when tense. Let's just continue reading. We all fall silent for a while. I think it's because we're feeling as if we had reclaimed something. But that sure turned out fun, didn't it? Indeed. Yeah. I agree. Also question. Go ahead, new girl. Sure time no see? Yes, well, where are we going? No clue. I guess none of us really planned ahead. Honestly, I only planned to bust the new girl out. I didn't think about anything after that. Where should we go, Sayako? When she asked me that question, I responded with relative ease. Outside of town. I can feel the air get just a little colder. For real? Well, I kinda get where you're coming from. I don't remember what happened that day, so I won't try going out of town to jog my memory, I guess? Huh. What? Their faces freeze. What's with those looks? We don't remember. We don't remember what happened or what made you go, you know. What? Well, actually, I do remember a little, but... We figured you remember, Sayako. No, I don't remember. There are some things I remember, but they're far outweighed by what I don't remember. I'm shook. Though I'm sure they're just as shook as I am. Miss Yet-to-be curiously look at each of our faces. That's right, she's an outsider, which should probably explain things to her, just not now. Alright, memory lane it is. Let's go. Anya proclaims. Yes, let's go as far as we can go. Ooh, Pacifica concurs. Okay. And I agree. Outside of town? Have you been informed about ghosts and whatnot? We're ghosts, immortals, and unaging, locked up in this town. But since we're bored, we figure out we'll take advantage of the chaos by going outside and crossing the boundary. Oh, the music is nice! I think that's new. I don't remember hearing that one. Pacifica condenses the explanation perhaps a bit too much. The way she said it was kind of blunt. Normally, you wouldn't expect an outsider to easily agree to something like that. Whoa, that sounds kind of funky. But thankfully, Miss Yet-to-be isn't normal, so there's no problem. I've already learned that from my short journey with her so far. Patchy, what does it mean by funky? Funky is funky. Ha. I can see us getting along with her. Let's go, sounds like fun. And we're off. Anya steps on the gas and the car speeds off. The ground's covered in snow, but the car just laughs it off. My heart throbs. Huh, I guess I still have a pulse, even though I'm a ghost. I'm glad my kidnappers are such fun this time. Miss Yet-to-be just casually and unexpectedly says that. Kidnappers? Well, I don't even know your names. I just came along for the ride before I got an explanation, so it's like you're kidnapping me. How fun. Kidnapping. The mood in the car suddenly gets tense. I did pretty much just kidnap her, but Pacifica and Anya don't know that. Sayako, did you just drag her out without giving her an explanation, and she just went along with it? I was too busy eating ham. Ham? Oh, don't worry about it. I meant kidnapping in a good way. There's a good way? Those church people wouldn't tell me anything about the town, and besides, it's more fun to be with other girls, and you all seem like nice people. Well, okay then. That's fine, I suppose. Well, as long as Miss Yet-to-be is satisfied, that's fine, I guess. We all fall silent for a while. The view from the outside window gets sadder and sadder as the town slowly fades away into the barren field of snow. Outside of town, I wonder what's on the other side. We need to have a welcome party. Pacifica chimes in. I guess she's grown tired of the snacks. A welcome party. That's what we all gathered here for. So you kidnapped me to throw a welcome party. Wow, a surprise party, thanks. Oh, about that, how about we make a birth party instead of a welcome party? It seems more festive. A birthday party for a ghost. How about we give you a name as a birthday present? How lovely. Sayoko, you're so talented. Talented at what? We giggle, but Anya stays quiet. I guess she's having a tough time driving. However, that isn't the case. Okay, time for some bad news. Anya clears her throat and starts speaking. This car is equipped with a powerful engine, so it can run anywhere and it's carrying a ton of fuel. How powerful? Let's just say that bearing wear and tear, it can run pretty much forever without resupply. Honestly, this thing's built like a tank. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be running properly, and I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's gonna explode. Yeah, what the hell? This is creepy. Look at her mouth. We need to run. We can't. We got 30 seconds, and the blast radius will be hundreds of meters wide. It'll tear up the ground and spread radioactive fallout everywhere. That's an objective fact. What? What? That is so confusing. As a partial solution, I propose we complete this birthday party within those 30 seconds. That's all the more reason to get off this thing. The blast radius is 100 meters long, Pashi. I guess you gave up 25. I understand. Let's move on to the gift giving then. 22. Your name is Ham. No, wait. 18. Yoro. Yoro means night. That means Yo and Sayoko stands for. And we met at night, so Yoro. For something I came up with on the spot, it's actually a pretty good name, I'd say. Then again, ghosts are dwellers of the night, so maybe every ghost in town should be called Yoro. But these people don't know what kanji are, so I don't think anyone will catch on. What a lucky break. 2 nightly names within me. She is here. She's there. She's there within me. This is my little secret. Time passes as I think to myself. Whoa, that's a nice and simple. It's straight to the point. Good. That's the spirit. Good name. 10 out of 10. Happy birthday, Yoro. 7. We've got the important stuff out of the way in just 9 seconds. Things are getting kinda hectic, but it makes me feel something. It makes me feel alive. Let's be friends. 4. The flow of time is like the temperature. It's either of them drop to 0, you freeze. Fine. I'll be your friend too. 2. That's why all of this commotion seems kinda warm. Welcome to the ghost town. It's a joyous sort of warmth. Thank you all. Okay, the end. And thus begins our story. What? I think. Summer. It's summer everywhere you look. You can hear chattering voices everywhere, from the group of middle schoolers enjoying the breeze at a convenience store, to the elderly spacing out in the shade, to the elementary schoolers playing around in the park. As I pedal my bike, I can feel my feet getting sore from the sandals that were given to me for days like these. But I figure I can just put up with it. After all, I'll be seated for the duration of the movie. Oh, the signal turned red. I firmly squeeze the worn down brakes, and my bike gradually slows down. But it doesn't come to a complete stop, so I try to plant my feet on the ground to try and forcibly stop the bike, and that's when I realize something. Crap, it's like I'm just the usual me now. This extraordinarily cute sundress came from a faraway country, but I'm not used to wearing this sort of fabric. Its new scent mixes with my own. I hope that kid doesn't find it unpleasant. The signal turned green. I start pedaling again. The wind whisked away my sweat. Sweet. It's a nice breeze. We're meeting by the station. I gotta hurry. I don't want to be late. I steadily pass through the residential area in front of the supermarket and through the roundabout. I don't get caught in any traffic signals after that. How lucky. The kid's here and hadn't noticed me yet. What should I say? This will probably be our last time meeting, so I have to make it count. I'm just an ordinary summer sight. An average elementary schooler on a summer break. I can't wait to see the movie. What? The day of the nameless anonymous birthday party end. So this was episode 2. Okay. I see we have an episode 3 today. We found the workplace to work at. No. yeah, this is what I'm gonna call it. I kind of want to condense everything to one episode, but that was way too long than I expected, so I won't be doing that. I will be splitting each episode into 2 chapters. It just seems way more convenient this way. They'll both be probably an hour long, because every episode seems to be around 2 hours long, so it will make more sense this way. I don't want it to be like 2 hours long. That is way too long for a video, in my opinion. But God bless, I did not understood a single thing. The first episode, I understood a few things. It was ambiguous, but it was still kind of clear. The second episode, I did not follow on a single thing. I think they made a really poor job of explaining stuff. Or at least they're waiting with it. I'm not really sure. Maybe we'll find out later. But right now, I don't even have a clue what to think. I don't know in which direction to even start thinking about what is going on. I mean, clearly the priests want to get out in a way that will appeal to God, and maybe God will rescue them from this ghost town. I don't know what Sayako is. She's God? I don't know. I don't understand. She's everything. She can do everything. She's anything. She's everyone. That's kind of weird. I don't get the vibe. Memories are all random and forgotten. Yeah, I really don't know what to think. Not gonna lie, I didn't understand a single thing. I couldn't follow on the story, so hopefully next episode will clear that confusion away. But yeah, again, the things I can say for sure that I liked about this game are the art direction and the music. The music is great. The music is outstanding, and I really love the art direction. I think it's very clever to make it so, and actually the animation is phenomenal. Like, there's all sorts of animation in this game, and that is incredible. I appreciate that a lot. Especially after playing visual novels that didn't have that much higher budget. So seeing this one is actually kind of cool. It's actually really great to see what people can do in visual novel nowadays. So yeah, that will be all for today. I am gonna continue tomorrow, but I'm only gonna do half an episode, because that will take us an hour long. Again, I don't want to have 2 hours episodes. That's a bit too much. But yeah, that's all for now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.